With the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC came some major new changes to the air freight cargo business from your hangar. It's long been known that the source missions for these have been way too long and hard, which put many people off doing them, even though double money on these would pay out over $7 million for a full hangar of stock, as just less than a year ago, the payouts got a huge buff, paying out 3 times more than they used to. So in this video, I'll explain all the changes and how best to fill up your hangar and how best to sell it in the most efficient ways. Before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe to get notifications to get the best GTA guides on the internet. So without further ado, let's get to it. First, you'll need to have the best hangar location, and these are without doubt one of the 3 locations in Fort Zancudo. Many of the sourcing missions will be up north, so this will save you masses of time. I suggest Hangar 3497 starting at only just over $2 million. It's up to you what other add-ons you get, but you definitely want to get the living quarters so you can spawn inside it. Having a hangar here will also allow you clearance at the base, meaning no more wanted levels. The crates you can source come in 3 different categories. Let's call them Tier 1, 2 and 3. Tier 1 crates are narcotics, chemicals and medical supplies. Tier 2 crates are animal materials, art and antiques, and jewelry and gemstones. And Tier 3 are tobacco and alcohol and counterfeit goods. Each tier has a different selling payout, with Tier 1s paying out the most, with up to a 70% bonus. The rest of the bonuses are listed here. Your tactics on what to source will depend on whether you are doing these all solo or as a team of 2 or more. If solo, the best way is to source narcotics and then another tier 1, let's say chemicals. This will help you avoid the cooldowns for sourcing, but as you can see here, getting 25 of a tier 1 product will give you a 35% bonus, which will have a base payout of just over $1 million. Selling just these 25 with a maximum high demand bonus will pay out just over $1.5 million, then carry on sourcing narcotics. However, if you do this as a team of 2, taking it in turns sourcing for each other, just stick to narcotics. The base payout would be $1.5 million if you sell a mixture of different crates, but if you just stick to narcotics and chemicals, this will maximize your efficiency and income. The last time these were on double money, you could make as much as $7.9 million from just selling narcotics. However, when I asked my audience if they bothered with the hangar at all during a double money week, 88% of people said no. But let me explain why these are definitely a business to now be considered doing. There are no upfront costs, unlike the CEO crates, to source these goods yourself. This means everything you deliver and then sell is all pure profit. One major change to the air freight cargo is how you can now choose whether you want to source your crates in the air or on land. The air sourcing missions were what was mostly putting people off, but the land sourcing jobs can be done much easier and quicker. There are now 4 main types you can now do. One is picking up a trailer and delivering it back to your hangar. Some of these can spawn very far away from your hangar, but if you trigger job warping, then call in your phantom wedge, then attach the trailer, you can then job warp back to your hangar along with the trailer attached. If you didn't know about job warping, you absolutely must check out my easy guide in how to do it. You'll then wonder how you ever lived without it. Doing it this way, I delivered a trailer from one end of the map to the other in less than 2.5 minutes. Another type of mission is searching a designated area for the crates. If you hover up high, you should be able to spot them glowing. You can then swoop down and take it. Now just lose the cops on the way back to your hangar and job done. There is also a mission where you have to destroy a generator so you can access some closed shutters. Take the goods and get out. Incredibly easy, and the location at Richmond can be done in only 2 minutes. And the 4th type of mission is easily the worst. This one involves clearing out some enemies, then releasing a crate into the water. Die! Man down! which you have to then pick up in the Avisa, then deliver them to a certain part of the shore, and then deliver it with these slow-ass trucks. You can just blow up the truck, then collect the crate in a faster vehicle and deliver it that way. Depending on the location, and if you're doing it solo, you may be better off reloading into a new lobby and trying again for a different mission, but that's entirely up to you. Each land mission solo should probably take less than 5 minutes on average to complete, meaning you could fill up an entire hangar in only around 4 hours, but that does not include the cooldown time if you want to source just one type of crate. Ideally, the best way to do these is to take it in turns sourcing with another person, each taking it in turns to source the narcotics until you both have 50 crates each. And as you'll be sourcing 2 at a time, in those 5 minutes and practically bypassing the cooldowns, you'll get 2 full hangars in the same amount of time. You also have the option to source from your Terabyte or your arcade terminal, where you can still choose which crate you want to source. But with the Terabyte, you don't have the option to choose whether you want to source in air or on land. You can also call up Ron and start a sourcing mission that way.
Hey, what can I do for you? Now that you mention it, give me a second.
But the one you get will be at random, so avoid doing this. Another way to get crates is by asking a new character joining your Airfree team, Rooster McCaw, played here by GTA Men, who can source some crates for you at a cost of $25,000. However, the crates he can bring back will be a random amount, with either 1, 2 or 3, and the type of crate will also be random. Much like how staff source crates for the special cargo warehouse, these will take 48 minutes to be delivered, but unlike the CEO crates, you have to be online the whole time for those 48 minutes to elapse. The chances are not all equal either, where you'll get on average 1.6 crates for each staff sourcing, and as the cost is $25,000 each time, you're looking at paying out $100,000 for only about 6 random crates. Not only will this drastically eat into your profits, but it will also ruin your 70% tier 1 bonus, so just avoid this guy altogether. So now you know how to source your crates, let's look at how to sell them. Selling is now some of the best overall in the game if you choose to sell your goods on land. Regardless of how many crates you are selling, you'll still only ever have one selling vehicle, much like the nightclub. One selling mission is a cross between the dune buggies and the monster truck selling missions for the bunker, where you have to travel to several locations around the map, much of it off-road, and drop off your crates. The Vapid Ratel, which is used, is much faster and way more fun. You'll eventually get some enemies after you, but these can just be ignored. Another is driving around in the Weenie Issy, where there are 10 drop-offs to complete, mostly in close proximity from one to the next.
Trailer waiting for you near.
And the last new selling mission is moving a trailer, which can be completed in only a couple of minutes. Simply have your Phantom Wedge out, hook up the trailer, and then job warp to the final location. Deliver it, unhook it, and drive off. These selling missions are 100 times better than some of the air selling missions. I'm looking at you, 8 Havocs. Personally, if you already have a lot of other businesses, this may be one you want to fill up when you have a bit of free time in between your other money-making activities, and maybe even just wait for it to be double money to really get your money's worth. The fact that your hangar will never be raided, unlike the crate warehouse, means you can keep a full hangar ready to sell it without any worries that you'll lose your stock. Usually, with grinding like this, to make these guys kills a bit of my soul, but completing these little land missions has actually been pretty fun. They are easy to complete once you know the best methods, and knowing they can be done in only a couple of minutes makes it not feel like a long dragged out grind. With all these excellent new changes to the air freight cargo business, will you now be paying it more attention? So if you found this video useful, please drop it a like and subscribe for more GTA content. I'm BeatsDown, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hit the deck!